Hey everybody, welcome to Free Comic Book Day 2025. I hope you all visited your local comic shop, had a wonderful time, picked up some of the free comics they had, and hit the back bins. What did you guys get? Post it on Dollar Bit Banter. We want to see what you got. I went with my buddy today. We went back to Sucker Punch Comics, easily becoming my favorite comic book shop in the world.
And they recognized us.
They did recognize us, which was pretty cool. 1000 Hope Street, Stamford, Connecticut. Make sure you get out there. I want to thank them because they gave us 2 free packs of these Batman cards from the first Batman movie, which was a really neat experience because I was just a little older than him when that movie came out, and I do remember collecting these cards and being excited. So to share a moment with me and my buddy, looking at the cards together and the different scenes, it was really an awesome thing. So thank you guys again for that. So Matthew, what did you get on Free Comic Book Day?
So I got this randomized Ghost Rider because it looks like really cool.
That does look really awesome. That's a
Yeah.
Walmart exclusive.
Yeah. And then I have this one and Thor, so yeah. It's also a Target exclusive. And look on the back. They have Spider-Man.
So if anybody knows where this Spider-Man might be available,
Tell me.
let us know. And this is $10 for its really fresh store. So
Yeah.
and then you also bought something that you had never bought before.
Yes.
It is
My first ever comic book. It has Spider-Man and it has dogs. Like, why not?
yeah, we saw that. And I said, oh my goodness, it is everything he's looking for in a comic book. So we got it. I hope he likes it. And who knows? Maybe this is the start of something wonderful. We'll have to see on this wonderful free comic book day.
I just opened it and it opened up to Elastigirl or whatever that girl's name is.
Oh, Spider-Woman?
No,
Oh no, Miss Marvel.
it's Marvel.
Oh,
The
pretty
dog's
awesome.
here, so yeah.
We'll have to check that out later. So, of course, being there, I had to hit the dollar bins, and it never disappoints. I think you'll see here the variety of stuff they have in their dollar bins is awesome. There's things I never imagined I would find or thought I'd ever see, and I got them. So let's start, and you tell me cool or not cool covers. You ready? The Flash number 279.
Not cool. It needs more detail. Like it's 3 strips. Like, what are we gonna do with that?
Yeah, but look how old he looks there.
So
He's being aged out. That's a Dick to your Donald cover. All right, how about this one? Iron Man number 273.
looks too new and needs more action. Okay, next.
Oh yeah, you're getting really snippy.
I'm becoming Lena.
Oh, Adventures of Superman number 434.
Okay, that's cool.
So that's Superman and Gangbuster working together to take out a crime syndicate. Now this was a set of books that I had at one point. I don't know what I did with them, but I got all three for $1 a piece. I'll start with number one. This is Brian Augustin's and Jim Bakey's Black Mask number one.
Needs more
Look at
action.
this action. The guy's being surrounded by thugs.
So they can do a lot more. Like this big color.
Black Mask number two.
Needs more action.
Sorry for the glare, guys. I don't know what's going on with this light. And number three.
Should we just turn it off?
Well, it's all right for now.
All of it needs more action. Like it has so much space to put more.
I'll give you more actually. Smart Alec. This is so cool to get the whole set. Maybe I see one or two once in a while, but they get all three. I'm looking forward to reading these. This is a coverless beauty. This is Amazing Spider-Man number. I don't know.
Did they even count that? Did
No,
you
they
even
didn't.
count?
They didn't charge me for this one.
Yeah, probably because it's coverless.
Yeah, but it's an Amazing Spider-Man from the
Guys,
'70s.
tell us which
If you know
number it
what
is.
cover, if you know what number this is, let me know. I'm sure it's on the bottom here somewhere, but I don't want to take up everyone's time flying through it. Here's one. So I always like independent books, especially independent books from the 80s and 90s. I've not seen this one before. Seems like a familiar topic. This is
173.
it's 173.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It came out October 1977.
Oh, I wasn't born yet. This is Webman
Don't know who.
number one. I am going to turn this light off. Sorry, folks. Webman number one. I have not seen Webman #1.
Webman's basically Spider-Man.
It
He
looks
has a
like it.
gun.
This is from Blazing Adventures Comics.
On it.
I don't know, but there it is. Webman #1 on the back. We have Time Warrior, which looks like possibly the Hulk in a Confederate or a Civil War uniform. Who knows? These, of course, from the tops when they're working with Jack Kirby. Here's Bombast #1.
Needs more. Like it's only a guy and a bomb. Like
But this look, it comes with a free trading card.
uh,
You
that
can't
one.
beat that. Here's a sweet cover. Wolverine #23.
Needs more
Look
action.
at the drawing on this.
Yeah, it's cool, but like it needs more action. Like you can't see anything.
about
It's
this
just
one?
him.
Avengers. They had a nice little Avengers run there. There's plenty more John Byrne Fantastic Fours there. If you stop by, I have them, but it's so cool to see them in the dollar bin. Avengers #293.
That's cool. That looks like a snake.
Yes, it is. And it's chasing the fate of Marina.
So that's cool.
That's cool. Finally got a cool one. If you like that, you're gonna like this. Avengers #310, the Triumph of Blowstar.
Okay, that's in the middle.
He sure kicked their butts. Avengers #309, Into the Negative Zone. For my buddy George, here is technically a rainbow cover.
Wait, let me see. Red, orange. There's
Well,
yellow.
she's green,
There-
and there's blue.
but still it doesn't have the whole entire rainbow.
Oy, oy,
Where do
oy.
you live?
Picky. And Avengers #306, Submariner versus the Lava Men.
Needs more action.
But you got Quasar on the cover. And for those of you who hate on Quasar, he's pretty cool, dude, guys. Give him a chance. And finally, Avengers #292. It came from the depths.
Let me see. Okay, it's cool.
Got a battleship.
It has the same snake.
Yeah, seems to be a theme. Here's another one of the Kirby books. This is Satan 6, #1.
Needs more action.
Kirby and McFarlane together.
It needs more action. Like, what are they looking
Oh,
at?
yeah. You sound like a broken record.
Oh,
Amazing Spider-Man #382.
Ted.
Hulk and Spider-Man. So this is the perfect cover.
Is that Captain Crunch on?
Where?
On
From the back? Yes, it is. So this to you is the greatest cover.
Yeah, because it's Spider-Man. Duh.
Duh. All right, let's move these for a second so we have a little more room. For those on the floor. Avengers #311 from the Acts of Vengeance series. Let's see what he thinks of this one.
What? Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, it's real cool.
Enough action.
Master of Kung Fu #52, the special action issue. So you can't complain about this because this is the special action issue. It is everything you want. Mayhem in Morocco. People getting kicked in the face.
Yay.
Written just for you. Every once in a while, too, they have vintage Mad magazines for $1. This brings back so many memories, so I'm glad to have this. They had a couple from the 90s, but this certainly takes me back to my
Mad
kids.
Doctor book.
I have all sorts of
The
Mad magazines.
Medicine Mad.
Yes, this I always keep on my desk to look at. I love Mad Magazine. Here's a phenomenal cover. Here is Our Army at War, #232, with Sergeant Rock, Joe Cooper cover. Beautiful.
Well, no.
And for finding the dollar bin, something that's beautiful, incredible. Uncanny. I'm not a big X-Men guy, but this cover, this is strictly a cover by #237.
Guys, don't listen to him. If you guys like X-Men, like it.
I never said
Yes.
don't like X-Men. That's not. I'm just saying I'm not a big reader. I'm not a huge fan
How do you get it?
because this is like a really cool cover. I think maybe I could just jump into it and see what's going on. Here's a Wolverine #60, Shiva versus Sabretooth. Now that's pure action.
Somebody dog eared it.
Somebody did it on the bottom, but that's why it's in the dollar bin. What do you think?
It's cool.
That's real cool. Um, The Doom Patrol, number 10, written by the great Paul Kupperberg, cover by Eric Larson and Jerry Ordway.
Guys, come on to the show.
They've been on the show. That's why I'm
Again.
showing them out. All right, I'll take any of those guys any day of the week. Green Lantern, number 170.
That's cool. But who's the guy in the back?
That's Hal Jordan's Green Lantern.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now this book, I said there's books you find that you'd never expect to find that was just like, what? I'd not seen this, but I had to have it. Classics Illustrated. I'm a big Christmas guy. A Christmas Carol, adapted by gentleman Joe Staten. Joe is one of the nicest people around, one of the best artists around. If you have the opportunity to meet him, please do. We've had him on the show. I love Christmas, so you add Joe Staten plus Christmas. I needed to get this.
It doesn't even look like Christmas. They're fighting.
Well, it's the story of Scrooge and how he learns the meaning of Christmas.
It's not even close to Christmas.
That's why I had to get it. Here's a cool reprint book. Weird Science, number 1. This is for my buddy Jason Mink. What do you think of this? This is old school comic book stories from the 50s and stuff that
Are they like vets?
well, doctors and all sorts of stuff. The government said that these were too creepy for children.
They also have wait, they did.
Yeah,
They also have Mag Magazine.
the original Mad magazine. So really cool reprint. Glad to have these. Of course, I can never afford the real ones. These I get because my dad used to pick up these comics at Radio Shack for me. I had a few of them. I think this might be from at Radio Shack. I don't know, but here's Mickey and Goofy explore energy conservation. Now, it's not going to be a page turner. It's not going to be the greatest thing I ever read. Maybe I learned something. I mean, there's talking a lot about nuclear power.
I should bring this in to show Mr. Malone.
You should. This is from. I can't find a date on this.
Let me see. I have better eyes.
Yeah, but it brings back a lot of fond memories. Here is a phenomenal book. This is book 1 of 4. Now I have to find the other ones, obviously. But Tomb of Dracula, Wolfman, Gene Colan, and Al Williamson for $1, guys. Yeah, I don't see anything in there on it. Sergeant Rock, number 332. People stuck in quicksand. It happens, folks.
Yeah, I see.
I'd figure that's from the 70s
Probably.
because I had the other one I had in the 70s. This beauty of a cover. Joe Kubert, guys. I mean, we're lucky to be living in his world. Sergeant Rock, number 335. That is drop dead gorgeous. The line work, the time that it took with the cross hatching.
Wait, is that like a face guard or is that like a shadow?
That's mostly the shadow from his helmet.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Sergeant Fury, number 154. I think these are just reprints at this point, but still pretty cool. I think this is Sergeant Leatherneck over here.
Does he have a leather neck?
Well, he might. We'll have to ask him. Maybe they'll explain the story. DC Comics presents one of my favorite series, one I didn't have, number 39, Superman and Plastic Man. This book, because I live in the 90s, of course, I had to have this. It's Adventures of Superman number 497, Doomsday. I think this is the first cover appearance of Doomsday.
I was looking on the back and it's so weird. Oh my
The
gosh.
brain transplant. Back when video games only cost you $40, folks.
You would want a brain transplant though.
I guess. I'll take it. Web of Spider-Man, number 50.
10 out of
5. 10 of 10. The Lobo Brothers, Kingpin, Hammerhead,
All
the Chameleon, J. Jonah Jameson, the Fixer. Oh, you got them all here.
All guy, I think it's on that poster somewhere.
Kingpin, he might be. I just said before, folks, I'm not a big cartoony comic book guy. But this I saw is a 15 center, and I just love Looney Tunes. I watch Tune In With Me every morning with the great Bill Leff. So it's Daffy Duck and the Roadrunner. See, someone's cut things out here, but
Yeah.
it's banged up, but it's got a home now.
Thing like
Maybe there was like a contest. Marvel Triple Action, of course, reprints. But number 28. What do you think of this cover? That's a lot of action.
cool.
That's triple the
This
action.
one's better though.
You like that better? Okay. And Marvel Triple Action number 16. Another Avengers reprint. Captain America number 345. I think this is a hot book for a little while. What do you think?
It's cool, but you can never arrest Captain America.
No.
And what happened to his suit?
That's part of U.S. Agent. That's when he became, well, I'll explain it to you afterwards. And Captain America number 335, 10 issues earlier. Maybe that'll explain why he's being arrested.
Maybe.
Dun, dun, dun. A show I didn't watch as a kid, but it's a Whitman reprint, but these covers are just so darn beautiful. Space Family Robinson, Lost in Space.
The alien's brain is so big. Gosh.
I know.
He's big brain.
From Whitman Comics, just up the road here in Poughkeepsie, New York. Couple more books. Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. Not the greatest cover, but
Or wait, that's actually.
that is action.
But it needs like more things happening.
Well, how about this one? This is one more. This is Walt Disney's Comics and Stories. This is like to be a pretty early one. It had to be from the 60s or 70s.
It's good. Wait, I want to see if I can see a date on there.
Inside. And my last book is Superman number 304. Superman fighting a child. Because that's what happens.
It came out in June.
June. Well, all right. So, folks, that's what we got today at Sucker Punch Comics. Thank you guys again at Sucker Punch for being so accommodating. That wonderful store. We had a great time there. Thank you for coming with me today.
Welcome.
I hope you guys had a wonderful free comic book day. Like I said, if you got comic books, do a video, do pictures, whatever. Post them on Dobber and Banter. Let's get this community talking about what we got on Free Comic Book Day. And tomorrow is Star Wars Day. And if you're a Star Wars fan and you get Me TV, tune in at 6:30 p.m.
For John Ragusa.
John Ragusa is back. Our buddy from the Imperial Castle is going to be going over a huge, phenomenal Star Wars collection tomorrow. I told him I'm probably going to start crying watching it because this guy had just about everything you can imagine. So it's going to be awesome. So have a great Saturday, folks, and we will see you next week with more great Dog and Bandits episodes. Take it easy.